Hmm. All right. Let's go do the 2100 meeting now. Oh, that's a war crime? I know. I know. How's this work? I don't see any fast travel stuff, unfortunately. Seems I'm bugged. Yeah, maybe I need to get something first. I don't know. Maybe I didn't do something that you need to do to kind of like unlock fast travel. Hey, Progenitor. How you, bud? Folks are saying if I'm here, it should do stuff. Yeah, see, when I'm in front of here, it's not even doing it. Oh, wait, we can't get there from here. What build am I going to do for PoE? I'm doing an experimental build in the PoE build command. It's using a new skill called Exsanguinate. We don't know if it's going to work, so it should be an interesting ride. Mm-hmm. In fact, before I go today, we're going to watch Ziz's build video online, or on stream. And I'm going to look at that and kind of plan out what we want to do. I think that's a penis on the door. I do. Hey, DJ2YS, what's up, buddy? Yeah, Cohh.tv/PoE build will take you to the build. Yep. The build that we're going to try. I do not recommend doing what we're doing for first-time players. We have some other builds, if you're playing for the first time, that are much more consistent than what I'm doing. Because what I'm doing, to be blunt, may not work. So I don't recommend it for first-time players. It may be Garbo. We'll see.
This door is made of metal.
Hold on, we gotta wait until 2100. We're almost there. Should click over like any second. Time does move in real time, right? If we just wait, it will eventually click over. I think. Oh no, it won't. Oh, okay. Read this book.
In your hands, you hold.
Feels heavy.
Indeed.
Continue.
You would do that in Grad.
How long is this book? Oh, there, now
You
it's
flip through
okay.
the book.
It just went up
Real
1 minute.
Art is
Hey,
dense
healed
and
morale.
difficult.
Nice.
If it didn't,
the back cover.
The back cover, she can't be much.
Start reading.
In cold.
There it is. 2108. Boom.
Right.
Sorry, book. I don't really care about you. I'm
As
doing
ethnic
things.
ten- It would physically hurt you to keep reading.
No.
You've
It
made
would
the
physically hurt you to keep reading. I've been there. What's up, dude?
Gendarmerie, you found me.
His slender figure is backlit by city lights, its distant streets and motorways flashing like diamonds. It feels like a Friday. He seems to be in a good mood tonight.
You got your hint.
Beautiful. So tell me, are you here to make things right again?
That's what I'm aiming for. Yes.
Beautiful. I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting.
By the way, I'm really digging the view here.
Mm-hmm. That's why I chose this place. Martinez is special, isn't it?
Wait. Suddenly you're digging things?
Is it Friday night? Feels like Friday night.
Yeah, it does feel like the end of the week. Such gentle weather.
Why would I want to meet your friend? You know what? Very well, let's talk to him. But first, I want to talk to you.
That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me.
He takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette and looks around.
Hey, Rico.
It's getting dark, and the neighboring windows have lit up, one by one. Downstairs, a cat crosses the yard, disappearing into the bush.
Besides, I've got to run.
He's going to leave you alone again. That's sad.
Oh.
Something tells you you're never going to talk to an individual this cool or mysterious ever again.
Go if you must. I don't care. I don't care about people leaving me all the time. But I just found you again.
Just look at it. It's a beautiful night. Who's going to stay in on a night like this?
A man on high heels stumbles out of a basement club, music blasting over the entire district. It's chilly, and as the chemicals hit his nervous system, 1,000 shivers ripple through his body.
Only if you promise we'll talk again. It's important.
Something flutters in the corner of the lieutenant's mouth as you're saying those words.
We'll talk. Just not tonight. Take care, all right?
Interesting.
And he's gone again. Looks like it's becoming a theme for him.
He's always leaving. Why is he always leaving, Kim?
Who knows, detective? It's a mystery.
Something so different about him. I just can't put my finger on it.
Different, of course.
He's a good listener. I like talking to him.
You like talking to him. It made you feel special.
It did.
He's barely holding it together. It's all he can do to keep from bursting out in laughter.
Come on, detective, let's go. We've got a potential witness to interview. His Sunday friend, remember?
Hey, Slyto, what's up, buddy? Who is this guy? Nice. Hardy Dragon Silk Robe. Nice. Hi.
Officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
His hands are clean and well manicured. This is a man who knows the importance of appearances.
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stabilité on assignment from Sur la Clé.
That might be a bit much, Chancellor. Indecent.
I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I am here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging.
Okay.
Hanging? What a drag. He seems like a cultured gentleman. You should ask him about the finer things.
Before we go on, I absolutely have to inquire about this wonderful canopy.
Oh yes, my friend has a great eye for these things. He refuses to tell me where it came from. It's a mystery. I believe they call this type of frame industrial. It's very comfy. That's really all I can tell you about it.
The lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods to you to proceed.
You actually witnessed the lynching?
I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
He didn't see the hanging. He saw the little show staged by the Hardys. Let him talk. He may know more than even he knows.
Start from the beginning if you don't mind.
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so
Thank you,
surreal,
Flappier.
like in a play.
He holds out his hands and blossoms his fingers, like a drama teacher setting the scene.
What do you mean, like in a play?
It was just so strange. I could barely comprehend what was happening. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead, one by one. That's when I understood. I should not be seeing this.
That lines up with previous testimony, doesn't it? Well done, detective.
Right?
Only that there were about 8 or 10. I couldn't make out anything. It was so dark. And it was quiet. Quietest lynching I've ever heard of, let alone heard. But I suspect you knew that already. I can't say I'm surprised. The fine reputation of the men and women serving in the RCM is well deserved.
What's an official like you doing in Martinez?
The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled. The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight.
Okay, but why are you here?
Well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the coalition forces landed here. You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here.
Uh-huh. So, oh, thank you, Flappier. That's very nice of you to say. So you're some kind of bureaucrat?
Yes, as I said before, I am a commissioner from Sur-la-Clé working for the Institute of Price Stabilité. This is one of the main projects of the Moral Intern.
Wait, there isn't actually an Institute of Price Stability, is there? Or maybe there is. God, it's impossible to understand whether someone from the Moral Intern is joking or not.
What is this international community you speak of?
La Communauté Internationale is what Revacholians colloquially call the coalition. In other words, the nations that stopped the disaster of the revolution.
And what do I call the coalition?
Your employer, technically speaking.
Okay.
The governing authority of Revachol. The RCM is but one part of this provisional administration.
What is the price stabilité?
It is the most important thing.
The most? Ah, okay.
It's the central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price stability
La coalition?
is essential
Correct,
to
yes.
maintaining high levels of economic activity, which is essential for maintaining high levels of employment, which is essential for maintaining the social stability.
Okay.
Basically, it makes sure the price of bread doesn't change.
Cool.
Précisément.
Thanks, Kim.
Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation, it becomes too cheap for bakers to produce.
Fair.
That's why the Institute of Price Stabilité works to keep inflation just below 2%.
Of what?
But not too far below. No. Too below is also bad. Below, but close to 2%.
You're not answering my questions at all.
The coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the price stability. Transparency is one of our principles. Would you like an informational pamphlet?
Sure.
A sound monetary policy is essential for addressing uncertainty. Stability is the raison d'être of the moral intern.
Raison d'être.
It's the reason why I identify as a moralist. But oh, I don't have my leaflets on you today. That's too bad. You can always call our information line. Making information available is part of the moral intern's commitment to transparency.
Okay.
Whatever you wish, officer.
What if I told you there's a fugitive... Oh. You tell me about your friend.
Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not been easy for him. But he understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands, and that's all that matters.
What's Kedra?
Kedra is a candidate member of APIS. But, between you and me, their potential membership is a more contentious issue. That it's never going to happen. They enter negotiations in 21, and it's been pending ever since.
That doesn't tell me anything about Kendra itself. Is it warm there? Cold? Something in between?
It's warm. It's also known for its mandarin trees and dust storms from Supramundi. Kedra's an emerging market, but it still has a long way to go. Maybe that's why my friend's menage decided to emigrate.
How did you two become friends?
How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulindian Peninsula? Oil platforms ablaze in the night? Civil wars lasting for years? Finally, the international community is forced to step in.
What are you talking about? No one becomes friends that way.
Au contraire, it's how millions of people end up where they are, meeting the people's elite. It's how I came here, and my friend too.
Still haven't told me who he is.
Sorry, who?
Your friend, the smoker on the balcony. We were just talking about him?
But I told you, officer. He's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Education is the foundation of our future, especially the arts.
Fine, but what's his
It
real
is a
name?
cornerstone of our civilization. Officer, you have to understand. I can't give you his personal information. I'm sure you have your own methods and databases, right? Please don't put me in this situation.
So all you can tell me about him is that he's here to study the arts.
He's deeply enmeshed in the study of the fine arts, yes.
Which arts?
He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design, printmaking, who knows? The world is open wide for a talented youth like him.
What are you doing in his apartment by yourself?
I'm just enjoying the view.
Oh, it's dark outside.
Listen.
The baby is crying in the neighboring apartment.
Someone's baby is crying.
No, listen.
He says again, looking outside.
The Insulindian Bay.
What about it?
This place used to be a luxury accommodation before the revolution. Apartments, of course, were much bigger then. A few walls have been added here and there, leaving some of the tenants without a private bathroom or a kitchen. But the million real view stays. You can't take that away.
I was asking about your friend.
My friend comes and goes. I'm sure you'll see him around. He's a busy bee.
A busy bee? What an odd choice of words.
Okay.
I'm all ears, officer.
Okay.
A moment, officer. Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave.
Why not?
It's against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local militiamen. And I'm pressed for time. After you leave, I should be leaving as well.
I think we're good. I think we're good. I mean, I feel like this guy would have been a little bit more important to talk to earlier in the story when we didn't know so much about the murder. But okay.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, we can still talk to him. We got everything here.
Yes?
We need to talk about responsibility.
I'm glad to hear it, Detective. I was wondering when we'd get to this very subject.
What do you mean?
If you ask me, it's past time for you to cut back on the smoking. You seem like a man with a death wish.
No, I mean
it's
like
quite disturbing.
la responsabilité. You know, the kind that gets assigned.
Why are you pronouncing it like that gentleman from the Institute of Price Stabilité?
Okay.
You know what? Forget it. What specifically are you trying to assign responsibility for?
For this whole situation.
Now I understand. Next, I suppose you're going to tell me you need to form a committee to assign this responsibility?
Exactly.
Fascinating. And here I believed your recent turn toward moralism was just an act. In any event, I am just a humble law official. I may work under the moral intern's umbrella, but I'm certainly not qualified to serve on any committee. You know who might be, though? That Mr. Villedroit, the gentleman you met in the young man's apartment. If I were trying to get in touch with the coalition, I would start by seeking him out. But first you might need to speak with his young companion.
Kim is so annoyed with your side content.
No.
I know.
Was there anything...
Kim is that Twitch viewer that just wants you to do the main story. That's who Kim is. Just, oh my god, just do the main. We don't care about all this side crap. Just please do the main story. Just please play the game. Okay. Hi.
Was there anything else?
I feel like we need to. Uh-oh.
The coalition, the economy impacts the entire international community. It's the international organization for moralists. Hence, Moralist International.
Okay.
The Institute of Price Stability
I didn't get a
is
new
just
thing
one
there.
of its many mind babies.
And actually seems so
As is
bad.
the-
There are more nefarious powers to work for.
you a
in
moralist?
the
But of course.
My moralist?
Well, do you value freedom? Do you believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values?
Lieutenant, are you a moralist?
Me?
You've managed to catch the lieutenant off guard, but only for a moment. He quickly recomposes himself.
I'm a lieutenant of the RCM, dedicated to maintaining law and order in Ravachol.
A very moralist answer.
The lieutenant is practiced in the art of putting on a show for one's superiors.
What is a normal stable world?
The Occident is part of the normal world.
Okay.
Martinez?
What about the rest of Revachol?
Revachol is generally difficult.
Okay.
But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking.
It's like every time I'm talking to people, I'm choosing option D, none of the above. Is that moralism?
Is this option D usually the most reasonable answer?
Yes, everything else is super extreme. It's like I'm living with a bunch of lunatics.
Sounds like you're a moralist indeed, my friend. Welcome. Moralism is all about compromise and achieving the achievable. It's pragmatic, realistic, and level-headed. An ideology for doers. Are you a doer, my friend? It looks to me like you are. Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Tell me about Sir Leclerc.
What's there to say? Sur-la-Clé is a modern, urbanized country that measures very high on the Human Development and Freedom Index. Mostly, though, it's known as the executive heart of EPIS. Moreover, it is a great sponsor of less emerged countries. Revachol is only one of its many darlings whose progress it supports and cherishes.
Darlings? That can't be an official designation.
What makes Revachol Sir Leclerc's darling?
Because a great percentage of Revachol's culture hails from Sur-la-Clé. Its language, its people, its cuisine even. Or at least in the downtown La Delta area.
Jamrock and other parts of the international zone have been mercifully spared of Sir Leclerc's love for meatballs and mashed potatoes.
I love meatballs and mashed potatoes. Tell me about Oranje.
Oranje is an exemplary nation who, as a core member of EPIS, contributes 28% of our annual budget. Next to Sur-la-Clé, Oranje is probably the most prominent member of the international community.
Which one of them is more EPIS?
As founding members, they are both very EPIS. Oranje carries a lot of political weight, while Sur-la-Clé takes care of the business side of things.
I know, right, Ari?
Oranje's
whoops.
economy is one of the most advanced in the world. It has successfully transitioned from heavy industry to advanced services and generally acts as an engine for sustainable change in the international community.
But that didn't tell you anything about Oranje.
Can you please just talk like a normal person?
About what?
Just tell me what it is there.
Oh, it's very urban and very well organized. Their streets are clean, their horse cars run on time, the people are polite and efficient. Like I said, they are an example for less emerged nations to follow.
If he knows so much about Oranje, maybe he also knows about Oranje's mercenaries.
Whatever you wish, officer.
So, oh, so I have to talk to the smoker bro before. Oh, I don't think I can do this quest anymore because I have to talk to the smoker bro first. That's too bad. Yeah. Oh, I can? But if I leave, isn't it going to disappear? Didn't this guy say he was going to leave when I... Oh, chat's saying we'll see. Okay, cool. Well, that's good. Okay.
Oh, that's unusual. The Oraniers
Cool.
are not the kind of people you associate with heinous crimes. It's such an upstanding and responsible country. Very good.
Okay.
What else then?
What if I told you there's a fugitive from the moral intern in Martinez?
A fugitive?
Hypothetically speaking, you might add.
Hypothetically speaking.
Well, I would say that is very bad indeed. Not super.
Not hardcore.
What sort of a fugitive are we talking about?
Pretty serious, like corporate espionage stuff.
That is extremely serious. Corporate espionage may technically be legal in Revachol, but elsewhere it's a very high-level offense. It violates a number of international agreements, in particular the First La Charte Accord. This fugitive must be
Not the
turned
First
over
La
to the
Charte
ICP
Accord.
immediately. Have you apprehended them already?
A moment, if you don't mind, sir. You do realize what you're doing, don't you?
You're dooming a young woman in her hour of desperation.
I'm not gonna do it.
Very real trouble. I won't tell you how to do your job, but remember, this is an RCM matter.
He won't tell you how to do your job, but a good police officer knows when to
I wasn't
listen
gonna
to
turn
his
her in. I was hypothetically speaking.
When you turn back, the man is looking at you, expectantly.
I meant that as a hypothetical. I don't actually know anyone in corporate espionage.
Ah, that's right. You did say this was all just a hypothetical scenario.
Hey, Fletcher.
Phew, for a moment there I was concerned that we had quite the situation on our hands.
A bullet deftly dodged, sire.
Now that that's settled...
Okay,
Of course.
now we're good. Cool. Can we do anything else with the sound? Can we do anything else with this? We have to... What did he say he needed? I was to talk to Joyce. That's right. Let's go talk to Joyce. Okay. Let's go talk to Joyce. It's good music. I wish my fast travel worked, man. That base. I want it to work so bad. Maybe it's because I bought the map or something weird. Eclipse. If you go to Cohh.tv/PoE build, that links you to the build, but I need to make sure folks know that it's experimental. It's a build that might not work. So if you're wanting like a build that will actually, you know, carry you through the league a bit, we'll have some other options for you later. What? There's something down there. Okay, weird. Why is it experimental? Because it's using a new skill that is not in the game yet. Have I found Ruby yet? I know where Ruby is, but I'm hesitant going in because it's like super main story stuff and I'm still doing some side stuff. And I'm really, really liking it. I'm really enjoying the side stuff. Oh, there she is. Good.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Not an umbrella, I hope. I don't need one myself, you see.
All around you, rain keeps falling down. On the wooden boards she's standing on, and on the water.
I could use a
around
coat like
you.
that. The rain is freezing.
Sadly, I need this one myself. It's hydrophobic, repels water, almost magically. The company makes them for offshore platform personnel. Very sturdy. What I can do for you is answer some questions.
Oh, wait.
Nothing like talking to pass a rainy day.
I've got more questions about reality.
More lessons in basic reality.
Ooh.
My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
Oh, it's an AMA. Guys, I need some psyche. Can you help a brother out? You guys have been amazing today. Can you help a brother out with some psyche? Plus on psyche, minus on anything else, and vote. If you're feeling like a bro. If you're not, that's cool too. We'll see. I see nodders and nopers. All right, here we go. What do we get? Oh, chat, you're so good to me.
6 kilometers southwest, in the Valley of Dogs, Junior Officer
Thank you,
Chad
chat.
Tilbrook takes aim at a rabid black dog licking its wounds in the grass. To his left, his partner, Emil Mullins, whispers, You heard what happened to Tequila Sunset in Martinez?
What?
Yes, he lost his mind. Tilbrook answers, fingers on the trigger. Don't worry, ML. He pulls it out slowly. Slowly now. We always do.
What am I?
You? You're an officer of the RCM.
The Revachol Citizens Militia?
Preciso mundo.
Good. And what's the RCM?
Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary Revachol, Detective.
Yes, we are the Revachol Citizens Militia.
The vote options vanish too fast to vote for them? I have no idea. Yeah.
He's being sarcastic.
You said de facto?
Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin.
What do you mean?
The RCM's responsibilities are defined by the Emergency, Wayfarer and Aliments Acts, 3 pieces of legislation keeping the city in a, let's be honest, laissez-faire stasis to the benefit of foreign capital.
All 3 are good to know when we are out policing.
So I'm basically a lack of the capital, so I'm basically a thrall to foreign interests, so I'm basically one of the good guys, so I'm basically going to avoid the subject and ask this question in this line of inquiry. Is that the moralist option? Dude, I love these so much. So I'm basically one of the good guys.
There's nothing basic about your role, Detective. It's true that the RCM keeps everything the way our seemingly permanent provisional rulers like it.
I feel like that option was kind of moralist too.
Yet, on the other hand, I know these people. I deal with them daily. Let me tell you, dear, they are not fans of you. The
Why?
post-revolutionary decade was a disaster for the coalition government. Revachol in the 20s was hell, especially on the west side of the river. Gang warfare, a botched privatization scheme, a nuclear pile meltdown. They called it the international zone because no nation wanted to claim responsibility. The RCM restored peace where the coalition failed. A true blue citizens' initiative. They will never forgive you.
That's somewhat of an exaggeration. In reality, ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement. Revacholians get to keep the peace in Revachol, and the coalition doesn't have to worry about it. Anyway, sorry to intrude. Please continue.
Yes, Lieutenant. Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are, to me, is the police. The only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol.
Thank you, ma'am.
And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well, I'm here to help.
Ah, she's nice. Wait, I got an update. Where was the update? What is this?
A bird? A Svenicid?
Am I really
A
that
flightless bird of the polar regions?
Am I really that awkward?
Of course you're not, my dear. I'm just terrible at guessing games.
I meant, what is this place here?
This place is an unmarked micro-settlement on the coast of Martinez.
Okay.
It's lovely, really. I'm thinking of buying it.
Really?
Actually, yes. The thought did cross my mind when Mademoiselle Lillian over there told me about the fresh produce these women sell to restaurants on the Delta.
You both turn to consider the young woman. She's hunched over a net, methodically picking out ribbons of plastic.
This place could use a competent manager. There's so much to be done. But then I'll never get round to it, will I?
There is regret in her voice for all the countless things she never had time to do with her money.
Doubtless I'll be off someplace keeping social classes from each other's throats. Let's go back to the basics of reality, shall we?
We've already done
Nothing
this.
more nor less.
Yes.
He's
Yeah.
being sarcastic.
Are we?
Yes. That means,
Okay.
permit me to conclude with this.
Yeah.
And if those authorities, glad to have been of assistance. The little
Okay.
bit I know.
So,
Anything else?
Ask about the world?
More lessons in basic
Tell me about this world
reality?
again.
What world?
The camera of her mind glides over the surface
Say
of
nothing.
the water.
Great bodies of water.
Yeah, we've done this
Forests
stuff.
covered. There is a term of Elysium.
The world doesn't deserve a term of endearment?
There are those who would call it a term of hatred that originates like
I don't feel
many
like I've got the
such
whole
things.
picture.
Oh, you want a picture of the world? There is no complete set yet, dear. They're having some trouble reaching orbit.
How come?
Great things are difficult to achieve. For now, we're viewing the world from the inside, sideways.
Inside sideways. What shape is the world then?
We used to think it was a sphere, but that is beginning to look less and less likely by the day. You wouldn't know it from the tabloids, but the ORG nations have been launching weather balloons into the lower ionosphere since the 30s.
ORG, Occident Revachol Grad.
There's a steadily increasing trickle of images. Between the big three scientific contributors, they're piecing together a dark grey corona.
Dark gray corona.
Yes. Pale covers 72% of the surface. There are grey flares and prominences, even arcs above entire isolas. The images are blurry, but if there was a sphere in there, it certainly looks like it fractured a long time ago.
What?
A cold fear seeps into you.
Wait, what the hell are you telling me?
You seem to be spooked. Please don't be.
The pale, and what do you mean corona?
They say there is a rarefied envelope of matter surrounding the darkened disk of our planet. That is, if we are still living on a planet. Or, to speak more plainly, imagine vast swathes of land disrupted by nothingness.
Nani?
I am sorry, dear. It must sound quite terrifying through the acute encephalopathy. Even scientific positivism isn't entirely convinced about what we're dealing with here. But this is one of the greatest questions of our time. Maybe when they get the complete set together, it will jolt us out of our rut, bring us together, however naive it may sound.
A fractured corona doesn't feel like it's going to bring anyone together.
You have misimagined it. I don't have the power to convey to you the effect and geometry of the images that depict our world from below low orbit. It's like the crowning of the world. It's insane. Very disco. You'd love it.
Well, if you say it's disco.
See? Everyone finds something worth holding on to in this world, however wasted
Damn,
its
dude.
opportunities.
The cold seeps into you. The air is heavy with 80% humidity. Suddenly, you're conscious of yourself standing there, on whatever this all is. Your arms hang down by your sides. The lieutenant observes you both, silently.
You said pale. What is
He adjusts his
pale?
glasses.
The pale is not, technically speaking, part of reality.
Yes. Also, I think we've had enough excitement for today. We do have a case to
Kim,
attend
you
to.
shut up.
Of course, Lieutenant.
I
Let's
don't
try
want to.
something else.
I want to know what the pale is.
I don't think your colleague would appreciate that.
Oh, come
He has
on.
already been so patient with this whole exercise. Let's continue with something else, all right? You can...
You could sneak back later when the lieutenant is not here.
Chat, I need
Unless you can
I need some
convince him
psych.
to step aside.
I need some psyche. Ask for Kim to step away while you discuss the pale. We got to figure out about the pale, guys. We got to figure out about the pale. Please, I need just a little bit of psyche. Plus on psyche, minus on anything else, vote. Help me out here, guys. This is important.